What's going on, fantasy baseball players? Wow, 1 month left to go in the fantasy baseball season. September is here, and unbelievable what a run it's been over the last, 5 months now for us. So, we need to finish strong. We need to figure out which veterans we're cutting, which September call-ups we want to pick up. So it's always important to check in here with the Fantasy Baseball Stock Watch. Player values are rising and falling. Now, keep in mind also that player values are also relative to the size and style of your league. If it's a points league, you're just shooting for as many points as you possibly can. Rotisserie, head-to-head, chances are you're looking to be very category specific. So players that are rising in value in some leagues might not be the case in other leagues. So always check it out with relation to your specific scoring. But enough of that. Let's get to who is hot and who is not. It's time to play a little 3-up, 3-down. We start with your fantasy baseball stock watch risers, and it leads off with New York Mets shortstop Francisco Lindor. Unbelievable run he's on right now. He's on a 13-game hit streak. He's batting .352 with 5 home runs, 9 RBI over that span. And he's a really big part of why the Mets are only half a game out of the wild card. I might not be a huge Mets fan. I actually really hate their fan base. But you can't argue with what Lindor is doing. So that's riser number 1. Number 2, how about Lawrence Butler of the Oakland A's? The outfielder's on a 12-game hit streak right now. He's batting .420 with 7 home runs and 13 RBI over this span. He's locking in his status as the A's starting right fielder for when they eventually do move to Vegas. So if Lawrence Butler is staying hot the rest of the way because he's auditioning for a new spot, or I guess a regular spot, that's what you want here as the closing out of your season. And then finally, our last riser, Taylor Ward of the Los Angeles Angels. You remember this guy? Well, he's back again. He's also riding a 12-game hit streak. He's batting .298 with 3 home runs, 4 RBI, and 7 runs. He's only on a 1-year deal here with the Angels. At 30 years old, he's already thinking about where he's going to land next year and if he can get himself a nice contract. So he's going to be playing for that paycheck. With all the good, then there's bad, right? The yin, the yang, that's what we're all about here at Fantasy Alarm. So let's talk about those fantasy baseball stock watch fallers. And it begins with Logan O'Hoppe. We're going to just stay with the Angels here. What is going on with Logan O'Hoppe right now? This guy has been brutal. He's batting .086 over the last 10 games with 1 run scored and 2 RBI. He's striking out over 55% of the time over these last 2 weeks. He's just 24, so his job's not at stake, but your fantasy baseball championship is. Give him the boot. Second faller here, Kyle Schwarber. I'll tell you what, there's nothing worse than when your power guy has the lights turned off here on the stretch run. He's batting just .135 over his last 13 games, no home runs, and only 4 RBI. Even his OBP over the last 2 weeks stinks at .237. You might have to put him on the bench, just saying. And then finally, our last faller here, it's Jorge Soler, outfielder for the Atlanta Braves. Another power outage at the very wrong time. He's batting .065 over his last 12 games. Only 1 solo home run. Only 1 solo home run. That's all he's giving you right now. If he doesn't wake up, he could end up losing out on some playing time. Not that the Braves have great guys in Kelnick or Duvall, but everybody's being better than what Soler is doing. That's going to do it for our fantasy baseball stock watch. As always, the content over at Fantasy Alarm is flowing to help guide you to your championship. So check it all out over there. And if you don't have a subscription to Fantasy Alarm, do yourself a favor. Still got that Let's Go promo code active. So go to fantasyalarm.com/win. Use that promo code Let's Go. It'll take 50% off your first month. You'll get the rest of baseball. You'll get all of football, basketball, hockey, you name it, we got it. It's fantasyalarm.com. I'm Howard Bender. We'll see y'all in the money this year.